That's fine.
Incident.
Okay.
With him.
Yes.
I don't know. That's all
All
right.
right.
No, I'm still talking here. Business now?
All right.
Okay.
We're call to order the,
October 19th.
yes, October 19th, 2023 zoning board of appeals meeting for the town of Manlius. All members are present and accounted for. The meeting is also being broadcast on Zoom and Facebook. We have 2 items right, for us tonight. All right, well, why don't we get started with the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Next agenda item is the minutes. Did everybody have a chance to review the minutes from last month?
Yes.
Does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
Would somebody like to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay,
Second.
Carrie seconds. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right. So. go to the next one. Agenda item number 4 is Emily Valentino, 4527 Poly Drive, Manlius, requesting two variances to install a shed in the greenhouse. Can you pull that up on the screen, Tom? Yes. Can we also get a motion to, to approve the waiving of the notice?
I'll make that
The reading of
motion.
the public notice, sorry. Somebody like the second time?
I second that.
Claire seconds. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries for that. Is one of you Emily?
Yes.
Oh.
No, we're both of them.
Emily, if you could come up to the podium, please. What we're gonna have you do is just explain to us what it is you're looking to do and why it is that you will need a variance.
Sure. So of the 2 items, the shed and the greenhouse, we purchased the property with the shed on it 3 years ago, just over 3 years ago. So the shed, that one was already on the survey and already on the property. So that's an installed shed already. And I had emailed in a picture just last week to it's a storage shed. Pretty standard. And we are going to add the greenhouse there, which we are applying for the variance for 2 reasons. With the 20-foot plus original, we have a lot of trees, so we didn't want it to be under the trees. And if it were farther out, it would get in the way of our usable green space, which we use for our family. And also there is a swing set in the corner, a large wooden swing set in the corner now, which is also taking up some room. So we would like it to be closer to the edge.
Can we get a motion to open the public hearing for this one?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Carrie second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Do we have anybody in the audience that has any questions? Did we receive any correspondence from the neighbors?
Nope.
Have you spoken to your neighbors?
I am a neighbor.
Your
She
neighbor?
is across our fence line to the rear.
Okay,
Right here.
so right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It already, our entire backyard already has privacy fence. So the proposed greenhouse would be in between the gazebo and those trees there. And there's nothing on the other side. You can tell where the residence is on our side adjacent lots, pretty far away.
Whoever mowed that one lawn did it perfectly. Say straight lines in that picture.
Yeah, no, there's, you buy a service, satellite.
They must have known they were about to
Straight
take a
line.
It makes it
Yeah,
fit in the
yeah.
picture.
Oh, yeah.
And they know about it, right?
They do, yeah, and visually, it is no taller than the shed that is currently there.
Okay.
Now that.
We're doing-
We're not up to the questions yet, are we?
We're not yet, but
Okay, I'll wait.
we're doing, well, you can ask her a question, of course. So there, and we're doing two variances for, one for the pre-existing shed and then one for the greenhouse she wants to install.
Okay, so we can ask the question, the existing one. How is that there when you bought the house? It's not a new one?
It's not new,
It looks like it's, it looks like it's in pretty good shape, so that's what I'm
it
wondering.
is in very good shape, it actually matches the house, it has siding.
Yeah, that's vinyl siding.
Yeah, yeah. And how big is that?
11 feet 8 inches by 16 feet 3 inches.
16 to 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's right up against the fence.
Yeah,
It is very close to this house.
yeah, yeah.
So that one will need an 18-foot side yard setback variance, and then the other one will need 15. So the greenhouse will need 15 feet.
Right. You don't want to move that shed. Can you move the shed?
It's in there.
I have a picture of the shed that I could.
That would be.
It's mounted on wood. It's mounted on,
Scales.
it looks like it's mounted on pressure treated wood.
Probably
What is the
skid.
floor of the existing shed?
It's wood. It's a nice shed.
Now, the shed is behind the wood fence that goes down the side.
Correct, it's in the inside of the backyard.
Right. But at the point, you stop the wood fence and you got chain link fence.
Yeah, it stops,
Doesn't
if
it
you
stop?
can see where it said, oh yeah. On the survey, it says link at a certain point,
Yeah,
and that's where it starts link.
and,
Both the greenhouse she wants to build and the current shed are behind that. They're behind the privacy fence, not the chain.
That actually
No.
says chain, and I'm not sure.
I think the new shed is, on the chain link side.
No,
Do you have the picture of
It
it?
is.
I think it was sent to Lisa, correct?
I replied to her email requesting it. I'm sure I have it.
Yeah, I don't, it was sent to Lisa and I don't have it.
I don't think it's on the chain link side.
It says it is right there. The word
Yeah.
chain is
It
right.
does say chain, but it
It's not. on
says
the-
chain the whole way, and it's not chain the whole way.
It's not chain all the way, but it seems like the wood stopped about where the shed is. And then from there on, it was chain link, which put this new one that you want, the chain link fence, it makes a lot of difference, but just trying to clarify.
Do you have this picture?
Yes,
Can you pull that one?
well, I have, it's in black and white. If you give me,
I have my email front to Lisa. And I don't know if you can project or not. So this is the current shed. It's a storage shed, it has a small ramp. And then the wooden fence continues, so the
Right.
greenhouse would be,
Can I see that?
yeah,
yeah, the greenhouse would still be behind the.
Still
The
privacy
wood
fence.
fence?
Yeah, behind the wood fence.
You think so?
This is that saying it's chain. It's not by the.
No, I was out there, I was looking, I
Yeah.
I went down
Yeah, I
the, without permission,
You can see that it's darker where the privacy fence is,
yeah.
and then the chain fence starts up there.
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, look
Okay.
at that.
It's
Yeah.
just how it looks on the picture.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's just, that's exactly it.
And kind of right,
So that's the, swing set
Yeah,
and gazebo, and then the wood fence ends there, so we're keeping it inside the wood fence.
What is that, right where the cursor is,
Raised garden beds.
a raised garden? Have you considered moving that and putting the greenhouse there?
That's pretty close to where it will be. We're not gonna keep the raised beds.
So you're gonna get, that will be, that's going away. And would you consider putting the greenhouse right there instead of on the other side of it?
that's where it's going.
That's where
isn't
it's
it?
that's where
Yeah.
it's
That's the
going.
spot it's going.
We were, it's
It's
gonna
this
be
side, it's this side of the shed.
Yeah, right in there.
this area.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, could it be closer to the shed?
Do you want it closer to the?
Well, I'm just wondering if that's what your plans were, like when I spoke with your husband the other day.
We don't want it, under the trees a lot, so we, I don't have the exact measurement from shed to greenhouse.
Yeah.
She wants the light.
Because it looked like you had a pretty clear shot to the
Yeah, if you
west.
have a strong preference, we can, are you on it closer or farther?
I'm just asking you what your plans are.
Okay. I don't have the distance.
Tom, I've got the picture that Lisa got.
Would you email it to me and then I'll log into the Zoom meeting and
I guess better question, you just have it planned to be behind the privacy fence, you will not have it moved down to the chain link fence area.
Correct,
And
and
it's
it
not
will
gonna-
remain behind the project.
And you don't want to take the tree down, you want to
Yeah,
keep the tree and have the greenhouse free from obstruction. Like,
Yes,
Well, and even if the trees weren't there, if you look at from a parenting standpoint, you also don't want it too far out of the yard that blocks your line of sight to that swing set.
correct. Line of sight as well as traffic patterns, with the shed, so we're gonna hug it.
Lisa also sent this all the board members.
So that's on.
I see your architect out, did himself.
how tall is this, how tall are you planning this greenhouse to be? Your husband said you each gotta build it himself.
Yes. Yeah, I think we have 9.5 on the plans there to keep it under the 10-foot.
Yeah, 9.5 on the front, 8.5, or 8 foot even in the back.
Yep, just asking.
Now, the picture that we see shows windows all the way around this. You had a picture of an actual,
Yeah, so with their, on the fence side, that will be just a flat wall.
that one, yeah.
Oh, yes, well, they wanted, we were requested to put an inspiration picture, since the plans are just hand sketched.
Yeah.
But no, on the fence side, it will, and I think that was just handwritten in with the plans with the,
So no glass on the fence side.
no.
Oh, great. See, you shot my whole thing. I was gonna say,
Oh,
all this glass, you gotta move it out where you can
to
get
be
all
able
the
to see it,
sunlight.
well, because it will be a lovely view of just the fence.
Okay, well, you took the wind out of that argument, so no glass on the fence.
No,
side.
I'm good.
Tom, did you get it?
yeah,
Okay.
Claire, do you have any questions?
I do. You inspect it after it's built,
yeah.
and if it is less than 5 feet, what happens?
Oh, I didn't get into the.
They either move it or come back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel comfortable being less than 5 feet, being able to mow behind there.
I would love to be able to know behind it.
Okay,
And because I have the fence as a reference point, it'll be pretty straightforward. It's not gonna be one where I'm kind of looking at it and saying it appears to be in the proper location for the ZBA. I can really just pull it right from the fence with no questions.
okay.
We will do the same in the planning, of course.
Yeah, for the foundation, they could get me out there, so before they even frame walls, I could approve the foundation, the base of it, the floor, and then they could build, and then we know we have no issues.
Are you looking to build it now or?
We were going to dig and lay before the winter, hopefully, so that in the spring we'll be ready to.
Ready to do it. Nice. I do like your inspiration picture. That's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah.
There are going to be some things that, like the construction documents, as you pointed out, KP, don't have the roof rafters. There are gonna be some things that will have to meet the minimum requirements that we're gonna get, but the general structure is what was proposed.
Right,
that's
and
what
either way,
the wall framing is pretty straightforward. The roof rafters we can get through. It's just the
right, sure. They'll provide you what's necessary. Really, at the end of the day, the biggest question though is it's the variance because of where it's gonna be placed.
Well, like that roof, looking at this picture, is probably that plastic stuff that you can see through. Right? And I don't know if that would meet code.
You can do it. There's just, you're gonna have to put your purlins in and your rafters and your fastening pattern.
Yeah,
They
but
can-
We'll follow all the instructions.
They might have to upgrade to a thicker
material,
panel material,
Yeah,
yeah, for
okay.
the 50 pounds snow load, but it definitely can be utilized. It's just how they do they might have to go to 12-inch on center for their rafters,
they might,
purlins. There will be some, but that, I mean, the rafter overhang and the span will meet, and then I'll just have to check the product that they supply for it.
yeah, because if you leave it out at 16, that plastic stuff's gonna settle, and next thing you know, the wind will be blowing it into the neighbor's yard. Have you got the phone number for the office here? No, I mean, that's,
The biggest thing with it is snow load.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Did you have any other questions, Claire?
I did not.
Terry, you good?
Good.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. All right, can we get in motion to close the public
Make
hearing?
a motion to close the public hearing.
Unless there's somebody online. Is there anybody online?
Nope, there's not.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, you can have a seat back now if you want.
Okay,
Use your phone.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go through the 5 questions that you answered in the application.
Okay.
So we'll go through those.
Are we doing the greenhouse first, or are we doing
You
the?
can do them both at the same time, just answer the two, answer them separately.
Yeah, it's just one is what, 2 foot off the line? So they're,
One's 2 foot, one's 5 foot.
yeah, but they're, yeah, I think they both can answer the 5 questions the same, so. All right, so first question, whether the benefit to the applicant can be achieved by some other means.
Yes.
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 Yeah, you can put it out. in the
Put it on the
middle
other
yard.
side.
Well, where you put it out where it's 20 feet.
But it would be obstructive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we say yes to that one. Okay. So will the second question, will this variance cause an undesirable change in character of the neighborhood or the nearby properties?
No.
No.
No. And it's my defense. Third question, is this request substantial? Yes. Yes, because it's 18 feet on one and 15 feet on the other of a 20 foot.
Right, and it's also two structures. We gonna be okay legally with 2 structures?
Well,
We don't have the 2 shed thing there, do we?
No, it's
not a
fine.
shed.
That's right, okay.
All right, fourth question, whether the request will have an adverse physical or environmental effect on the neighborhood or surrounding area?
No.
No. And then fifth, whether the need for the variance is self-created.
Yes and no. I say yes and no.
True. Yes for the greenhouse, no
No
for
for
the
the
shed,
shed.
because the shed was pre-existing when they bought the house.
Agree with that?
You agree with that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, should we do it as 2 separate motions because they're 2 separate,
Sure.
right? Okay. So we're gonna start with the, we'll start with the shed.
Well, I think we need
Pre-existing
to
shed.
ask, does the benefit to the applicant outweigh the detriment?
Well, I was gonna do that, but
Oh,
I
okay.
was just clarifying, do I do it for both or do I do
Okay.
it for the other? So. All right, so we're gonna do the shed first. And the 5 questions we already answered for both, but we'll do the shed, then we'll go and we'll do the greenhouse. All right. So the ZBA, after taking into consideration the above 5 factors, finds that the benefit to the applicant does outweigh the detriment to the neighborhood, right? ZBA further finds that a variance for, this one's 18 feet.
Shed.
The
Yep.
shed, yeah.
Is the minimum variance that should be granted in order to preserve and protect the character of the neighborhood and the health, safety, and welfare of the community. There's also agreement that there is no significant impact on the environment. Therefore, I propose a type 2 action on secret and no further review is required. Based upon that, would somebody like to make a motion to grant or deny?
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion.
who seconded?
Oh.
Sorry.
What was the
I will.
motion? She
I
said
did- I
she
said
the
the
motion.
Oh,
Mr.
Just
Chairman,
a
I make the motion that the zoning board grant an area variance to Joe and Emily Valentino. Property located at 4527 Pauley Drive, Manlius, New York, 13104. Tax map ID 111-.08-20.1. These variances are being granted for the purpose of the existing shed 11.8 by 16.3. Existing side yard setback of 2 feet and need a variance of 18 feet to meet the required 20 feet yards, 20-foot side yard setback.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now, moving on. Same thing. Go back. It's the part I don't want to say it wrong.
Right.
All right, so now we're talking about greenhouse. The ZBA, after taking into consideration the above 5 factors, does find that the benefit to the applicant does outweigh the detriment to the neighborhood or community. ZBA further finds that a variance for 15 feet is the minimum variance that should be granted in order to preserve and protect the character of the neighborhood and the health, safety, and welfare of the community. There's agreement that there is no significant impact on the environment. Therefore, I propose a type 2 action in secret and no further action on that is necessary. Based upon that, would somebody like to make a motion? Warren,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion, the ZBA grant an area variance to Joe and Emily Valentino, 5527 Pauley Drive, Manlius, New York, 13104, tax map 111.08-20.0. The variance granted for the purpose of the construction of a greenhouse 16 feet by 20 feet. Variance of 15 feet to provide grant the request for side yard setback of 5 feet, to grant the variance of 15 feet to provide the required 20-foot side yard setback.
4527, did you say?
yes.
4527.
Would somebody like to make a second on that?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Congratulations.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
One more. It's good to see you, ladies.
Thank you.
Yep, so
I will email you for the greenhouse, and as soon as we get everything, I'll issue the permit.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
and the good thing is now with that shed, if you were to replace the shed in the future or something, it's got a variance on it, so you could put it back in the same spot. So that just will carry forward, but
The Chiefs.
Everyone leave it.
no,
Oh, good, you said that after the motion, yes.
Any questions for us?
wait, you're a chief.
Shut it out. Change my vote.
She's just a Chiefs fan because Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
I'm from Missouri. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we have a Midwest connection.
There you go. All right, next agenda item.
You guys are all set.
Okay.
That's a great
It's not here.
No,
for the next agenda item.
Oh, dear.
So,
I didn't hear anything from them either.
Okay, thanks.
have a good night.
Have you heard anything from them, Debbie?
no, I have not.
Yeah.
We can talk, can we go over without?
We really shouldn't, we really should.
I went
Really?
I would
twice to
actually
look at the
like to
property, and
request
nobody
that,
was there either time.
no, I
Did
would
they
like,
have the?
She was
did
outside
you-
yesterday.
Did they have the proposed shed there
No,
on site?
they've got a, I think,
Camper.
they had a footing or
yeah.
It looked like
Yeah.
like a garden or something. It was a wooden,
where they want to put the shed.
I got a
Okay.
Yeah.
picture of it.
Did you see
But
the
there was no
camper,
shed
Warren?
there, because this was the one that I was afraid that they were already gonna have the shed there. Because we issued the permit and they said, we don't like where the 20 feet was, and they came back and I was like, oh boy, did they place the shed?
No.
And then say, we don't like, we're gonna ask for
If
permission.
you give me a minute,
Here's the.
could we possibly send them, if I can get a hold of them, send them the Zoom link and they can join us online?
It's not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, right.
Warren,
Where's the sign?
Was the
at?
camper there when you were there?
Uh,
There was a green camper in the back.
let's see, the green camper's there.
Yeah.
There was a, looks like a
Yeah,
55.
this wood thing right here. in the back.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's what I thought was the outline.
Did you go down 2 houses down, have the shed in a similar spot?
I didn't walk too far back there. I just
Oh,
walked to the
okay.
side and took this picture.
Just curious.
I don't think so.
No, it's a voicemail. Okay, I'll have, Tom, do you want to follow up with them?
I can, I just sent them an email,
Okay.
but I doubt.
So what I would like to do is, if we could table this one. To the next meeting, because we're obviously not gonna go through it without the resident being here.
And there's clearly no public interest, no one has showed up about it, but still,
Unless they're invisible.
there's-
And there's nobody on the Zoom, so.
No,
those
there
are-
hasn't been either.
Yeah,
It's not like I've seen anybody come go.
right. So, with that, I think, we don't have any other, well, we don't have any other business. Aside from one thing,
What?
I would like to thank you profusely for your time serving for the ZBA, and you will be deeply missed.
You know, we.
Starting next meeting, KP is gonna be our secretary.
I object.
I'll teach you how to do all the
I
paperwork.
just need you to teach him how to type.
And speak.
And what's the other good news
So-
you wanted to share with us? You're going to
What?
the,
Oh, a grandma.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's nice.
Uh-huh.
So,
Is it your
That'll
first
keep,
time?
that'll keep you busy.
if we do not have any other items, would somebody make a motion to adjourn?
I make motion.
Wait a minute. We're saying goodbye to the lady. Where's the cake?
I know, it's Tim's fault, because I said, we gotta.
Well, Tim's call.
You have a cake, in this case, we'd have to have somebody, some guy come onto the cake, right?
All right.
That's where we got.
Everyone, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
What?
We're voting to adjourn.
Oh, we gotta go home again?
Listen, this lady's like, everybody,
We voted to adjourn.
All right.
Amen.
Oh, I seconded. Warren did?